Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view. Well. Good evening. Man, I got to see what the heck's going on today. Whew. Man, it is so much stuff going on today. I do not know what to tell you. Man. I don't even know where to start. Where do I even start? Hey, welcome. It's Friday. Glad you could come back. It's the Basement View. Do me a favor. Hit that subscribe me and thumbs up. And let's kick that algorithm in the butt. Hey, James, what's going on? Man, I got to tell you. Dude, it's so much happening. I tell you what, that dude is clogging up the system with stuff. I mean, clogging the system up with stuff. Man. Hey, man, look here. Again, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Let's start with J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is literally over in Europe giving Nazi speeches. We got a vice president in Europe giving Nazi speeches. Okay, what's going on here? I just got a flash saying no data. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Says I got a stream. That's crazy. I just got a message saying no data. You know, YouTube will throw you a curve every now and then, so you kind of got to be waiting on it. So, it is what it is. But we got a vice president over in Europe giving Nazi speeches, blaming the Germans, the German government, for what's going on with Ukraine. Really? And telling them they may as well abandon Ukraine. What kind of shit is that? Trump and his entourage are there, and they literally, get this, they literally handed Zelensky a sheet of paper across the table for him to sign. And that sheet of paper said he voluntarily gives up 50% of the mineral rights in Ukraine. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? By the way, hit that thumbs up for me. That is insane. This man, and of course Zelensky didn't sign it. Zelensky probably thinking he probably thinking, wow, I can't even believe this. I can't believe this at all. So Vance is giving Nazi speeches, meeting with the Nazi party. In Rome, they're having Nazi marches. And here, they laying off all the government workers. And not only that, Hey, Ronnie, is there no limit to the foolishness? Hey, Carmen, check this out. If you think that's foolishness, they laid off the crew that was performing maintenance on our nukes and then realized, uh-oh, we can't lay them off. They sent the people who maintain our nukes home. Is that crazy? Laying off and firing. So many people got slips, emails, letters. They called one group in and just had a meeting and said, y'all get an email later. As of right now, y'all out of work. Talk to you later. And they doing it by the thousands. Now, my question is this. I don't know what jobs these people did, but what company can withstand letting people go just randomly? Just walk into a office, all y'all gone. Yeah, man. Project 2025 all day long. This is crazy. This crazy. And I got to go back to a question I asked Wednesday. I'm wondering, how many of these people are Trump supporters? I would love to know that. Hey, Charles, what's happening? That's a power thing. Yes. Oh, absolutely, it's a power thing, Carmen. You're absolutely right. The problem is this. At some point, something's going to break. You know? At some point, something's going to break. Now, they let people go. I saw one young lady said her and her husband just bought a house in December. I wonder who they voted for. Now, these people are out of Georgia. Wonder who they voted for. Now, fortunately, the courts are still holding up. The courts are still putting the brakes on certain things that they're trying to do. But this is about to get ugly. This is really about to get ugly. But J.D. Vance is literally over there in Munich, standing there talking to these people. Just waving his finger at them. That is crazy. A vice president. So they made excuses for Trump. You sure? Okay. You know, you're probably right. You know, I would hate. You know, I'm dying to find one and ask. You know, that's then lost their job, and ask if they gonna come up with an excuse. You know, I'm dying to find that out. I have not heard back from my Republican friend. I'm gonna try over the weekend to see if I can get him in next week. See if he'll come on. So, but the manner in which this is happening, you got all level attorneys, prosecutors, just walking off the job, fed prosecutors, because they refuse to do these people's bidding. Now check this out. Eric Adams, I don't know what to tell you about him. Now he on Fox News today, kissing up. That's what he's supposed to do under this administration. Yeah. But get Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, done sold out. He on Fox News today with Tom Homan, the ICE guy. That's crazy. We're only in February. Yes, Ronnie, you absolutely right. This is just February. It's what, been 3 weeks, 4 weeks? And we got to do 4 years? I'm going to try to get through this because this is crazy. And they literally put out a press press note that said that they dropped the charges without considering the question of guilt or innocence. Eric Adams is a hoe. Bought and paid for. Yeah, James. I'm afraid you're right, brother. Bought and paid for. But the funny shit is, now you think you're going to do this right out in the open, and the people of New York going to allow him to stay? I got to see how long this lasts. I need to see how long is this going to last. You tell me, how long is this going to last? Because there's no way the people of New York going to let this dude stay in the position of mayor so he can do the bidding for Trump. There ain't no way. When you do this right in the open, no way. Yeah, Charles, he gonna resign. I'm pretty sure he gonna resign. You know, and one other thing is, like I said the other day, I don't understand the mechanisms up there in New York, but I understand that there is a mechanism in place that allows the governor to push a mayor out, you know, for corruption. So, you know, there's two mechanisms. You know, the people can put your ass out, you know, and force him to resign, which I don't think he would resign. I think no matter what, he would try his best to stay in the office, you know, because, you know, he on somebody else's dime now. So, and he's already been shown by what they did, he can commit all the crime he want now. Okay? He's part of the crime wave. So he can commit all the federal crime he want to do. He's been given a pass. So, I mean, this crazy. So, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, tonight, I'm going to play a little bit more of that press conference with Elon Musk, because there's a couple of points I want to make on that. Before I get to that, though, I think it's done got pretty bad. I understand they done started what? You thought he was wanting to be reelected. Well, you're probably right. He probably does want to be reelected. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay this long. I mean, stay through this term, you know. We'll see. But anyway, it's done got bad. I didn't know it got that bad. I know the eggs is high, but people have started renting chickens. Check this out.
It's 10:15, 15 minutes after opening.
Our producer found eggs quickly disappearing today at this Costco in New York.
It is 11:30 and Costco is completely sold out of eggs.
It's difficult.
Mark Cantor owns LA's iconic Cantor's Deli and was just slammed with this staggering bill.
This was the knockdown bill that killed us.
Look, his bill for eggs is $24,536. That's more than double his October bill, which was $10,703. The crazy price increase and supply shortage has egg lovers looking for alternatives. Now there's increasing demand for people to rent their own chickens. Egg lovers can become farmers overnight and serve up fresh eggs anytime they want.
The chickens!
I was there as Rent the Chicken made a delivery today in Los Angeles. Yes, Rent the Chicken really exists.
Here's your baby girl, Galette.
This family is renting 2 chickens named Galette and Shortcake.
Anytime you've gone to the grocery store and seen an empty shelf, it's kind of like, oh, maybe I should figure out how to be a little more independent.
The hens lay about 12 eggs a week, but renting them isn't cheap. Good girl. The 2 chickens, coop, and feed run about $100 a month. But this mom says it's worth it.
Nice.
When you give neighbors eggs, it's like giving away gold now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I say, oh, this was laid this morning and, you know, it might still be warm. And everyone's like, ah!
Victoria Lee is with Rent the Chicken. Are you finding more and more people now, because of supply or because of cost, want to have their own chickens?
Absolutely. I think cost is maybe not as big of a driver, but it's certainly that first step to starting to question, why are these costing more? Where are these birds coming from? And how are they being raised?
Wow. Wow. It's gotten that bad, huh? That's funny. They renting chickens now. You know, we're in bad shape. We're in bad shape. When you gotta rent a chicken just so you can get you some eggs. And personally, why rent a chicken if you gotta get 2 chickens? Just get 2 chickens. Go buy them. Why rent them? I guess if you think the price of eggs gonna come down sometime soon, huh? You know, back when I was working, there was a guy who owned a bunch of chickens. And this guy used to bring me eggs. He'd bring me a dozen or 2 eggs like every other week. And boy, did I eat good at work. As a matter of fact, I put on a little cooking class once and taught people how to make omelets. But that's where we are, huh? Renting chickens. Anyway, back to Elon and Trump. Now, I'm going to play another bit of Lawrence O'Donnell's show the other day. And in it, you will see how Donald Trump snubbed this little kid. But I'm going to play another clip after that, and we're going to investigate something. Check this out.
Watch what happened when Elon Musk began speaking. I'm going to put this on the screen, full screen, not because it matters what Elon Musk was saying, but because it reveals the essence of Donald Trump, and it reveals the power of Elon Musk. When the president speaks in the Oval Office, no one else does, except today. Elon Musk interrupted Donald Trump when Donald Trump was speaking, and Elon Musk's 4-year-old child spoke while Donald Trump was speaking. And nothing could demonstrate the power of Elon Musk more than his child speaking while Donald Trump was speaking. There's something important in what happened when Elon Musk's 4-year-old child actually moved toward Donald Trump. Watch this. Donald Trump did what no president before him would have done with that child. Here it is.
Elon, go ahead.
Sure. So at a high level, if you say what is the goal of Doge and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have a feedback loop, okay, we would have to, if you sorry. So, I tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes.
The child actually moves toward Donald Trump, saying something to him. And Donald Trump turns away. And you watch the child back off, knowing what just happened. What would Joe Biden have done? What would Barack Obama have done? What would George W. Bush have done? What would Bill Clinton have done? What would any president you've seen in that chair have done? Donald Trump turns away from the 4-year-old. And then when the 4-year-old continues to speak, Donald Trump reaches out to try to silence him, and he fails.
All right. Now, if you saw that, you saw the kid wander over and say something to Trump. Now, I found another clip of that, and you would not believe what that kid was saying. Pay attention to the kid and pay attention to Elon Musk. First of all, Elon Musk, if that's not a crackhead, I don't know what is. Just like I said Wednesday, that's a crackhead. If you ever heard one talk, and I've heard quite a few crackheads talk, that's a crackhead. Okay? So, but I'm going to play this next clip. And when I play this clip, try and hear what the kid says, because I listened to it over and over again. And I found out what the kid said. The press conference was sick. Was the kid picking his nose? Eating his boogers? And wiping them on the resolution desk? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, I'm going to play this small piece and listen. Try and hear what the kid said, because I finally figured out what he was saying. Okay? And then listen to Elon Musk and tell me that's not a crackhead. Okay? Check it out.
And we're going to be signing a very important deal today. It's Doge, and I'm going to ask Elon to tell you a little bit about it and some of the things that we found, which are shocking. Billions and billions of dollars in waste, fraud, and abuse. And I think it's very important. And that's one of the reasons I got elected. I said, we're going to do that. Nobody had any idea it was that bad, that sick, and that corrupt. And it seems hard to believe that judges want to try and stop us from looking for corruption, especially when we found hundreds of millions of dollars worth, much more than that, in just a short period of time. And we want to weed out the corruption. And it seems hard to believe that a judge could say, we don't want you to do that. Well, so maybe we have to look at the judges, because that's a very serious, I think it's a very serious violation. I'll ask Elon Musk to say a few words, and we'll take some questions. Elon, go ahead.
Sure. So at a high level, if you say what is the goal of DOJ and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, aren't we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have a feedback loop, okay, we would have to, if you sorry. So, I tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes. If there's not a good feedback loop from the people to the government, and if you have rule of the bureaucrat, if the bureaucracy is in charge, and then what meaning does democracy actually have? If the people cannot vote and have their will be decided by their elected representatives in the form of the president and the Senate and the House, then we don't live in a democracy. We live in a bureaucracy. So it's incredibly important that we close that feedback loop, we fix that feedback loop, and that the public's elected representatives, the president, the House, and the Senate, decide what happens, as opposed to a large unelected bureaucracy. This is not to say that there are good people who are in the federal bureaucracy, but you can't have an autonomous federal bureaucracy. You have to have one that is responsive to the people. That's the whole point of a democracy. And if you looked at if you looked at the founders today and said, what do you think of the way things have turned out? Well, we have this unelected, fourth unconstitutional branch of government, which is the bureaucracy, which has, in a lot of ways, currently more power than any elected representative. And this is not something that people want, and it does not match the will of the people. So it's just something we've got to fix. And we've also got to address the deficit. So we've got a $2 trillion deficit, and if we don't do something about this deficit, the country's going bankrupt. I mean, it's really astounding that the interest payments alone on the national debt exceed the Defense Department budget, which is shocking because we spend a lot of money on defense. But and if that just keeps going, we're essentially going to bankrupt the country. So what I really want to say is, like, it's not optional for us to reduce the federal expenses. It's essential. It's essential for America to remain solvent as a country, and it's essential for America to have the resources necessary to provide things to its citizens and not simply be servicing vast amounts of debt.
And also, could you mention some of the things that your team has found, some of the crazy numbers, including the woman that walked away with about $30 million,
right,
etc.?
Well, we do find it sort of rather odd that there are quite a few people in the bureaucracy who have ostensibly a salary of a few $100,000, but somehow manage to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they are in that position, which is, what happened at USAID. We're just curious as to where it came from. Maybe they're very good at investing, in which case we should take their investment advice, perhaps. But there seems to be mysteriously they get wealthy. We don't know why. Where does it come from? And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthy at the taxpayer expense.
Okay, let's dive into all of that. Let's dive into all of that. First of all, let's start with the kid. The kid literally said, "You're not the president. You need to go now." That's what the kid said to Trump. He said, "You're not the president. You need to go now." Trump looked away. Trump didn't want nobody to hear the kid say that. That's crazy. If the kid said that, who said that to the kid? Who did the kid hear saying that? The kid didn't make it up. That kid didn't make that up. He said, "You're not the president. You need to go now." Oh, my goodness. That was crazy. Meanwhile, let's look at one other thing. Trump says the judges are stepping in and stopping him from doing his thing. maybe we need to look at the judges. What the hell he mean by that? What the hell do he mean by maybe we need to look at the judges? Huh? Take a wild guess at that one. Wow. And then again, the crackhead up there standing around talking about the will of the people. Now, he said the president and the House and the Senate gets together and they legislate. There's been no House and Senate involved in anything they doing. He said some unelected bureaucracy doing things. Yeah, that's him. The unelected bureaucrat. He literally said the president, the House, and the Senate is supposed to get together and do things. The House and the Senate haven't been doing anything. Show me what the House and Senate have been doing. It's been Trump and Musk. There's nothing coming out of the House or the Senate. And Trump is not going to the House or the Senate with anything. So you're lying right there. You done already broke democracy. You the unelected bureaucrat. And you got this fool sitting there at the Resolute desk with boogers all over it, looking like a damn dummy that you shove your arm up his ass and make his lips move. Man, really? And then they move on to create the boogeyman. We can't forget the boogeyman. You know, tell him, hey, tell him about the lady with that walked away with $30 million. That's a damn lie. If somebody got rich and Elon said they made a few $100,000 salary, if I had a few $100,000 salary, I would probably be a little better off right now too. Let's say I bought some Bitcoin back when Bitcoin was cheap. Let's say I made some good investments. Let's say I saved my money well. Yeah, you could get rich living off a few $100,000. See, Elon has so much money that he doesn't understand. To most of us, a few $100,000, we can do pretty good on it. We could probably get rich off a few $100,000. But he's forgotten that. See? A few $100,000, that's money he pay the Uber driver that drives that booger wielding kid around. That's crazy. You can't tell me that wasn't a crackhead talking. Man, we are in trouble. These two people is making decisions. We are in trouble. And J.D. Vance is over in Europe making Nazi speeches. Man, whew. So, I saw Hakeem Jeffries on I can't think of her name. God dog it. So he's smoking good shit. He's smoking the hell out of something. Now I understand he's hooked on ketamine. I don't know what ketamine does. I think that's the word they use. I don't know what that is or what it does. But it's got to be jacking his brain up. And I mean, Joy Reid. Yeah, that's who it was, James. I saw Hakeem Jeffries on that. As a matter of fact, And again, he was talking about legislating, coming up with legislation. I'm sorry. I guess that's what he has to say. But somebody tell me, what legislation that a Democrat comes up with is going to go through the House or the Senate? Somebody explain that to me. Somebody chime in and tell me what legislation, what bill that a Democrat comes up with is going to go through legislation. And when you figure that one out, when you figure out a bill that a Democrat can come up with right now that's going to go through the House and then go through the Senate, when you figure that out, tell me that Trump is going to sign it into law. Tell me that. Okay? And then tell me, once he signs it into law, he's going to abide by it. Okay, tell me all that. You know, somebody raise your hand and tell me all of that. Really? Hey, James, I don't know why he can't just say that. Yeah, just say, we fucked. Right. I don't get it. Come out and tell the truth. Come out and say, you know, it's not looking good. We're going to have to sit down and come up with a plan for this disaster that's happening. We got to come up with a serious plan because the wheels are coming off the cart and we're going to have to do something. And it's going to be serious. Simply because our system was not designed for this. Our system wasn't designed to have stock raving mad lunatics in charge of all of it. 14 states are suing Elon for interfering with government business. Yes, you're absolutely right, Carmen. And fortunately, there have been judges that have been upstanding. Fortunately, there have been judges that are putting the brakes on these clowns right now. Thank goodness. Because if it were not for the judges right now, that's the only thing holding these people back. You know? That's the only thing right now that's putting any kind of brakes on them. You know, so hopefully there's still a fear of repercussion. Because, again, I don't know if y'all remember, but the other day I was mentioning, if a judge found you in contempt, he could send the marshals after some of those folks. He probably couldn't send them after Trump, but he could send the marshals after some of them. Now, unfortunately, the marshals work for the feds. So the attorney general controls all of that. So do we have some marshals that stand up and go get them? And yes, the Supreme Court would probably get involved. I don't know how much of their power they will give away. This is what the people voted for. Yeah. Man. Can't get away from that one, huh? Can't get away from that one. I gotta tell you, oh my God, I wish I could talk to some of them. They need to start. Now, let me ask you this. How come our media ain't going out and interviewing people that's been laid off and asking them how they voted? How I haven't heard any of that. How come they ain't doing it? They not going and asking anybody at all, hey, you just got laid off. How did you vote? You just got laid off. You know, did you vote for Trump? How you feel about that? Man, somebody need to go out and do some hard questioning. And yes, that's what they voted for. Absolutely. But the scary part is, Ronnie said it earlier, it's just February. They scared they're going to get sued. Well, we'll see. Trump may ban them from returning. Well, I don't know if they're going to get to return anyway. You know, I don't know that. You know, that's sad. That is so sad. But like y'all said, it's just February. Man. And I wonder, you know, I wonder if we're going to have to file taxes in April. Because at this rate, the IRS will be gone by April. Shoot. You know, this is scary. Anyway. Man, just let go thousands of people all at one time. 70,000 then resigned. Yeah, it's too much every day. Every single day. Eric Adams on Fox News with Tom Homan. Sitting there joking and shit with Tom Homan. Wow. And think them people gonna let him stay the mayor of Chicago, New York. The mayor of New York. Really? I'm surprised. They ain't ran him out on the rail this evening. Now, speaking of marches, I did look into that 50501 march thing. Well, that was something they had last week. And it was called the 50 states, what is it, 50 state, 50 something one day march. He was sitting there laughing and having a good time. Yes, Ronnie, he was. That got me. He's sitting there skinning and grinning. He was sitting there skinning and grinning. I was like, wow. Man, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I can't wait to see what they do about that. But about that march, it was the 50 states, one movement, thing. And the Latin freeze is actually, they are doing some coordination with the NAACP. So I was trying to find if there's doing any coordinating on some of this protesting and boycotting. So I just wanted to get that out there. I'm looking into that. But I cannot wait to see what happens in New York. I cannot wait to see. Because that's some outrageous stuff. The man guilty of sin, and they just dropped the charges on him. Sent out a memo saying we dropped the charges on him so we can get him to do what we want him to do. They literally put it in the memo. We dropped the charges on him so he can do what Trump wanted him to do. So, man, that's got to go over good. Anyhow, hey, it's Friday. It's Friday. I hope these people go party or something and hang out and don't do no business over the weekend. I hope they just take a break, because they got 7-day-a-week bullshit going. I hope they just take a break for a couple of days. In 2 years, we get to vote for senators. Yeah. If they don't break that, imagine what this guy can come up with. Like some shit, yeah, James, maybe. Like fool in South Korea tried to do, declare some kind of martial law and I got to take over. It's an emergency. Imagine how much trouble we could be in 2 years, So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, we'll see how the Republicans will, yeah, when they see what's actually happening. Yeah. Yeah, I do want to see this, because while they've pretty much, succumb, I want to know what they people gonna do to them. Because when this start hurting, see, it's one thing to talk a bunch of shit and say, hey, I could take it. But it's another thing when the air get cut off and you can't breathe. See, you tough as hell until the air get cut off and you can't breathe. Okay? So we gonna see. I'm dying to see how tough they are. See if they could actually weather this storm. Hey, I've been broke before. I know what broke is like. I know how to eat Vienna sausages and crackers. Okay. What's that other stuff we used to make? Cup of soup. Now, one thing I've never had is ramen. I doubt that I'll ever eat that. But hey, one never knows, right? But I tear Vienna sausage ass up. So let's see how tough they are. Hey, some Spam. Yeah. Heck yeah. Or hey, I remember also they had something called soup starter that you could throw like 2 chicken legs in and have you a nice meal. Pot of boiling water, a thing of soup starter and a couple of chicken legs. Shit. So anyway, oh, this gonna be funny. This is gonna be hilarious. You know, we're gonna have to laugh. We're gonna have to laugh because some of this shit, you know, will make you cry. So get y'all Spam, your Vienna sausages, your potted meat, your corned beef hash. Get that shit and put it in the pantry. It might get kind of rough. Hey y'all, I'm gonna play another clip of some of these pop the balloons. I'm getting a kick out of these pop the balloons. Bologna. Well, bologna, I have not had bologna in so long. And just the other day, I saw a guy buying a big hunk of rag bologna, a can of tuna, and instant mac and cheese. See, apparently, we all know a little something about not having something, huh? We all know a little something about being poor. So, I think we'll weather this storm. Heck yeah, a can of tuna? Shit. Hell yeah. Hey, check out these pop the balloons. This stuff is, you just can't make this stuff up.
My name is Royal, 43 years old, from San Diego, California. I'm an Army vet, and I'm a therapist.
Okay. All right. And I see that you did not pop your balloon. So can you tell us why?
She's beautiful, and I just wanted to see what she had to talk to, see how she was intellectually.
Okay.
See if her beauty aligns with the way she looked. I mean, with her words. So.
Nice. Okay. How do you feel about that?
I like what I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah.
Do you like what you see?
I do.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. So he will be someone that you would typically date?
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Any other questions for him? Or
Look alike.
what?
Yep, y'all look alike.
He said we look alike. Why'd you pop?
No, we can't look like brother and sister. No, I can't do that.
Wow. Okay. So these gentlemen's opinion impacted how you felt about her that quick?
Hey,
Right.
No, I can't be looking like my sister, though.
Oh my God. Really?
Oh, wow.
So petty.
That's all.
That's all? That's it and that's all? Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
Did y'all see that? If that wasn't petty as hell, that's crazy. The man popped his balloon because the other fellas had some shit to say. Now they looked like they was doing good. That is wild. My man had a decent little connection going. My man had a decent connection going with old girl and popped his balloon because they made a joke. I tell you what, that's petty. It's some petty folks out there. That's where we are now, brother. But I thought they had a decent little connection going. They was skinning and grinning with each other. He was cool. She was cool. The little brother next to him say, y'all look alike. And he popped his balloon. Now you finna go home by yourself because of what this brother said. That's crazy. Check this out. Hey, now pay attention to this one. Now this one's scary.
So, Sativa, why did you have your balloon unpops for him?
He's handsome, and I was just kind of waiting to hear more.
Okay. So, why do we end up popping hers?
The tattoos.
Yeah.
I like
Piercings.
tattoos. I got some too, but you got some in some areas that I'm not sure my mom would kind of approve. She kind of be like.
And I actually have like other things too.
Other things like what? hoes.
Did you see that? Man, that was crazy. Who would do that to themselves? And she want to find somebody to date. She better go out in the jungle and find a mug to date. Or somewhere else. Is that crazy? Man. Ooh. I don't know what I'd do if I saw her coming toward me. Yeah. Yeah, Charles. Real nasty. Hey, man. I'm sorry. When I see these, I'm like, oh, I gotta show them, because these the people running around out there now. Oh my goodness. Anyway, hey, I think I'm gonna cut it right there. Monday, I'm gonna get into some investment stuff. So for those of you that give a damn, I'm going to explain a few things Monday. I might even just make Mondays the day that I do investment stuff. That way I can do something kind of regular. That way. Got you scared to date? I tell you what, if that's what's out there, I feel you, brother. I feel you. Man. That shit was scary. You know, I'm the one edited and it still scared me. Anyway, as usual, hey, I appreciate y'all paying me some attention. I'm going to cut this right here and get this weekend started. I'm not doing shit this weekend because it's cold as hell out there. So I'll be dug in and chilling. So I want y'all to have a good weekend. Hopefully these people won't get us into something terrible over the weekend. And I'll see y'all Monday. Hey, thanks for hanging with me. I appreciate it. Take it easy.